Hi, everyone. Welcome to Festival Insider. I'm your host, Kennedy Simmerman, and today we have a very special guest with us. Fresh off their largest headline tour to date, this LA based duo are no strangers to success. With a versatile discography full of contrasting styles, sounds, and genres, they've climbed their way to the top of the EDM ladder. Continuing on with their streak of success, they just released a powerful collaboration with Nurko titled Won't Make a Sound, featuring Micah Martin on vocals. Please join me in welcoming Asian and American dance duo ARMNHMR. Yay!
What's up, everyone?
Well, first off, congratulations on what an incredible year you're having so far. And it's not even halfway over. I will say, after I saw you guys back in March on your Waiting for Love tour in New York, I had a feeling it was probably going to be your best year yet.
Oh man, we hoped so. It's been
Yeah.
a long
So
time coming.
yeah. Well, we do have so much to unpack here, but I want to start off too by thanking you guys for taking the time to speak with me. I know you both
Of
had
course, no,
a
thank you.
long weekend at EDC Las Vegas. How are you both feeling after having performed on one of the biggest music festivals at for the first time on the main stage?
Oh man, I mean, surreal is kind of like an understatement. I know everyone uses it, but yeah, that was just like maybe for a good 20 minutes, I just could not formulate words. Like it was, um, like yeah, that was the one thing me and Joe had like. That's the goal. EDC main stage when we started
Yeah.
like 10 years ago. So to finally be there is, yeah, it came up faster than we thought, and it was just
Uh,
surreal.
and you guys have performed EDC before, right? Or was this your first time ever in general?
We performed twice, but at
Yeah, but
circuit grounds,
yeah,
which
okay.
I mean we love too, but
Yeah, but
kinetic
main
feels kinetic
stage. This
feels.
is the main
Yeah.
stage. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you guys deserve a nice, well-deserved rest after this. So again, thank you for taking the time to speak with me. But let's
Oh
start
no, our
from the
pleasure.
let's start from the beginning of the Arm & Hammer project. So you started this journey together just under 10 years ago and have evolved from ravers to festival performers. So where are
Hmm.
you both from and how did you guys meet each other?
So we met like just raving as friends together. We had mutual groups of friends. When we started out just going to Southern California raves together, and then I guess after a couple years of knowing each other, we decided that we both want to try this music thing out. He came up to me. I had like a little bit of experience in music production, but not a lot, and so I taught him a little bit, and then we just kind of moved on from there.
And it really worked out for you.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
my mom
Yeah.
says partying might not get you anywhere, but it kind of did. So
Yeah, right? Yeah, right. Love that. So, how did growing up in California, I know you said you're from LA areas. How did growing up in California influence you as an artist?
oh man, I mean, California was the hotspot of, I guess, EDM at the time. A lot of our friends who are big acts now all started in LA. So it was the dubstep bass scene, all the underground like shows were kind of just all naturally in LA. So just growing up in our careers with all our friends, I mean, I can name handfuls of them, but they all had their start in LA. So it was really nice just because it felt like we were all building something in LA together
Yeah, right. Starting a
at the
movement.
beginning of it. Yeah.
Ah, nice. All right. So, I want to ask, how did you come up with your name, Arm and Hammer?
Oh, that was actually like a throwaway name. Like
Yeah.
we never thought it would like get this far. So whenever we were making music together, we actually had like a box. It's funny. We had a box of Arm and Hammer baking soda next to us. And at the time, the cool thing to do was like take out like letters out of your name. Like we were big fans of Mastercraft. And then we had our boy Tyler Nightmare. There's a few other ones
Oh,
out
yeah.
there. And so we just thought like, yeah, that's the cool thing to do. Let's
Yeah, right.
yeah. I mean, we love our name, don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
but
no, it really stuck. Like, I think it's very unique, and I think everyone can say the same. And it rolls off the tongue nicely. Arm and Hammer, you know.
yeah, Arm and Hammer.
Chef's kiss. All right. So back to the beginning again. What do you remember about the first gig you guys played?
Oh, the first gig we ever played was in K Town. It was like this small little dive bar-ish thing. We probably only had 10 people in the bar, and like of them were our friends.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, we got paid with drink tickets and
Oh
gas,
man, that
like
can't go wrong with
$20 of
that.
gas. And yeah, nothing wrong with that. No, no, it was it was humble beginnings. I think all artists have to put in their time, just
Yeah,
see how it was before, and then
yeah,
so you
right.
can appreciate the bigger shows.
Yeah, and I wonder, like, if somebody was in that crowd for your first gig, can you imagine if like they were there for that and then they saw you at the EDC main stage? Like, how full circle that would be. Like, I wish that was.
Yeah, no, there has been, I mean, a lot of our fans have been with us. There's a lot of fans that have been with us since day one. So yeah, they've seen it all. They've seen the rise. And yeah,
Aw.
a few of them were there during our first shows. So, and we still
Yeah.
talk to them to this day.
Oh, that's amazing. They're like the real fans. Aw.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they let us do what we live out our
Right?
dreams.
Yeah. Aw, I love
I
that.
owe it to them.
Cheers to that. All right, so we're going to switch gears a little bit and talk about your cultural background. So, first off, happy Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Good mouthful there. Yeah. So, as
Happy
an
people.
Asian American duo, how has your culture influenced your musical journey and your development as artists?
Um, I wouldn't say it had I think it, if ever it gave us a drive, because there's not many of us in this scene in general. And
Mhm.
in starting out, there wasn't many. So there wasn't many role models to kind of
Yeah.
look to follow. So it gave us a little bit of fuel just to kind of like, oh, we're pioneering something, at least as small as it is. We're pioneering a lifestyle for,
Yeah.
artistic Asian Americans who don't want to do the engineering thing, who don't want to do the doctor thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, in addition to representing the Asian American community, you also uphold a diverse musical
Mhm.
style that spans the entirety of the EDM spectrum. I mean, safe to say you're melodic at your core, but your sound weaves in and out of
Mhm.
future bass, trance, and dubstep. So, I want to ask, how would you describe your sound to someone who's never listened to EDM ever before?
Uh, I guess an experience, I would say. A lot of our music, we kind of intentionally try to bring people on an experience. We want it to be heard from start to finish. And
Oh,
a lot of our backgrounds didn't come from EDM. Like I came from a rock background, like a more of a screamo background. Joe came from a hip hop, like R&B background.
mhm.
So we think that just at the core, we just wanted to, like, however we go, we take it off different places, but at the core, it's just the experience of listening to it and connecting with it. So
Wow. Yeah.
I'd say that's
Be-
the biggest thing.
Beautiful.
Genres
Beautiful.
we're just fans of EDM in general and music in
Yeah.
general. So we don't really see genres. I mean, obviously we're
Mm,
in a melodic, but like our branding is more melodic, but at the
mhm.
core, we like to try different things. We're just fans of music in general.
Yeah, and I feel like that really brings out a lot more people, because if you're playing a song that appeals to somebody and then another one that appeals to somebody else, you probably just have a very diverse audience as well, and
No, we yeah.
and that's really great because especially like, when I go to these concerts and meet so many different types of people, that's the best part, it's
Mhm.
it's just really great.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the best
Awesome.
part about it. I think I'm a little like I like to say that EDM and live events are kind of just like the closest thing to a utopia we can get. Just
Yeah,
different
right.
walks of life,
I love
everyone watching and listening to the same song on the same beat, and that's why. So we try to be eclectic with our sets and sounds, so we can just
Yeah.
include everyone.
Yeah, I love that. Wow. Who would you say some of your biggest musical inspirations are?
Oh man, there's too many to count. But for me in general, in the EDM genre, I have to say Cascade
Yeah.
and Above and Beyond. They were
Sure.
the two that got me
Yep.
into it, and I
Yep.
still listen to them to this day.
Oh yeah.
And yeah,
Aw.
geniuses,
I know,
geniuses.
God, musical gods. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I still haven't even seen Cascade live. I hate myself. I it's on there on my
Oh,
he's on
it's
my
a
bucket
must. It's a
list. It's
must.
a must. I literally have a notes section in my phone of DJs I need to see live still. And he's number
You won't be
one.
disappointed. I guarantee it.
Oh, love it. So with your vast musical repertoire, what can someone expect at one of your live shows? I know we kind of touched base on this, but can you elaborate anymore?
I guess they can expect to feel I mean, that's the that's the main thing, the main driver also. We just want like sometimes music is, I mean, music will does everything, makes you feel happy, makes you feel up, but there's a lot of music out there that doesn't really make you feel like on a
Yeah,
deep and level. And that's our goal. Like if we can just make you even feel maybe like spark up
sure.
something that you've been holding back and then just let it go. That's like the goal overall
Yeah, I mean,
for every song.
I will say every time I hear you guys come out with a new song, I get goosebumps. So I think that's I'm feeling, you know.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, I love that. All right, cool. So on to the main part of the interview. I think that's a perfect segue into your newest release, Won't Make a Sound with Nurko and Micah Martin. So let's start with how this project came to life. How and when did you connect with Nurko and Micah?
Oh well, we knew Micah from before. We've made songs with him before. I mean, we've known him for many years. Nurko, we actually brought him on to our Free World album tour.
Oh, yes. That's
We
actually the first time I saw him and you at
oh
Williamsburg Hall of Music or something like that. Yeah,
oh
in
yeah.
Brooklyn.
Oh the show Music Hall,
Yes,
Williamsburg
yes,
Music Hall.
yes.
Yeah, we've known Nurko for a bit too. Before, I mean, he deserves everything that like
I
the
know. I feel
all
that.
the
I
recognition.
feel that 100%.
Yeah, but we knew him from before, so it was kind
Nice.
of like it was something where we brought him on. We believed in his sound, and then at the time we
Yeah.
got close to him, and then we decided, yeah, like let's make a track together. And
Yeah.
then it started down the pandemic. It didn't work out because we were finishing an album and he was finishing an album too. So it was kind of like we made it,
Hmm.
we and then we kind of just set it on the back burner for a little bit, and then a couple years later we're like, oh, it's ready. Like I
It's
think it's like time we do it.
oh,
Everyone wanted it, so we just thought,
sure.
yeah, it's the perfect time. EDC coming
Yeah.
up too, so
Yeah. So, what about them individually appealed to you guys as potential collaborators?
I mean, I think Nurko's the same as us. Just
Yeah.
he's going for an emotional impact, and we're just like, I mean, he hits us with his own music, so it's like, oh, maybe we can do something really deep together,
Double the
and
feels.
it was just natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really natural. Like we sometimes will send things back and forth to other artists, try to mold it, sculpt it. But it like the first idea we sent, he sent something back. We're like, oh, this is it.
Is it?
It's
Oh,
yeah, easy peasy.
right. Aw, love that. And then how about Micah? What like appeal? I know you said you worked with him, but what about him as a vocalist really appeals to you to collaborate with him?
Oh, I mean, I came from like the rock background, so Micah,
Okay.
he was in a band called the Zealots, and he's a rock star in his own right. So I thought, I was like, yeah, we just need like something about just like that gritty,
Hmm.
aggressive voice. I think translates what we want like a lot
Yeah.
easier too. It's easy to.
Yeah, it was a really great blend of all different artists involved. So how about
Thank
like,
you.
yeah, of course. So while most of your discography centers around love, this track kind of deals with loss and letting go. So what inspired the theme behind this track?
Um, I mean, I think we were going for something that was like universal, uh, a universal message for a lot of people because when we write music, we just kind of we want to be we have a message, but we want it to be open enough that people can make their own connections with it.
Hmm.
So a lot of it is just kind of well, that one we were going through a period. It was kind of like it's not for us. It was like the industry. It was kind of we were getting beat down. We felt like we were putting so much work in and kind of getting taken advantage of, not from our own labels or anything, just
Sure,
in
yeah.
general. Like it's a really cutthroat industry, so a
No
lot
doubt.
of it originally was kind of like that, like just kind of venting on at
Yeah.
the time. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely like your way of release of anger, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
I grew up as a scene kid, and so
Oh,
angst is my best friend.
love that. So what would you say? So I'm assuming Micah provided the lyrics for like as he's a
Mhm.
songwriter. So what do you think his story with his lyrics is trying to convey to listeners?
I mean, at the time, it was kind of similar. a lot of projects kind of just didn't, like, promises weren't pulled through for
Mm,
him, and it was kind of like he was being used, being built up, only to be like, kind of let down.
yeah,
So a lot of it, I mean, it was a very similar message that we were both kind of going for. So,
gotcha.
but obviously, like, we wanted to make the message open enough that people would just connect. And I mean, anything. I think anyone has that moment in life where they felt like they've been built up by someone, only to just be, thrown away. So a lot of the
Hmm.
message just kind of centers around that.
Yeah, definitely. Very inspirational too, for sure.
Oh, thank you.
So, what was your writing process like in the studio for this track? I know you said you started writing it during quarantine. So, I mean, I'm sure all artists were like quarantined in their studio, but what was the process like?
I mean, it was, I don't know, pretty simple. Like my day usually starts out with a cup of coffee and then just kind of jamming out to the guitar. So I hopped on a call with Micah, and I was just kind of like, let's just jam out. And then he just kind of sings along, and then I kind of just played that initial melody, and then he just like, oh, let's do it, and then kind of wrote along to that. But a lot of it is just like voice memos back and forth, sharing screens, or just kind of like a phone tag, like,
Yeah,
oh,
right.
I'm not here, and then I'll listen to it when I get back. So,
Uh-huh.
but I mean, that's a natural process. I think it's we're none of us are really the type to kind of just like sit down for an hour and make magic. It's kind of like a long drawn out process where
Yeah,
we
no, no, you
test
can't
out
rush.
things.
You can't rush
Can't rush art.
perfection, right?
Yeah.
Nice. So what about, I mean, I'm sure all artists experience a writing block. So when confronted with a writing block, what do you do to overcome it?
I know a lot of artists don't like to hear this, but you just got to step away, because,
Yeah.
like, I mean, that's the biggest thing. Being able to just kind of not, you want to be emotionally involved, but you don't want to be emotionally involved where it actually makes the process worse for you. Like,
Yeah, right.
we believe art should. I mean, it's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to enjoy the cathartic release of making it. So
Uh-huh.
a lot of it is just, if you have I think you have a writer's block, just do something else. Hop on another project, make some cool sounds on your synth, you
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
yeah. And then eventually it comes back to you, and naturally. So
Yeah.
I've had many years of writer's block, and that's what worked for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because you definitely can't force that kind of thing. It's magic. You can't
Yeah.
force
Yeah.
magic, you know?
Yeah. I know, all things. But I mean, you can't, because sometimes if it's forced, then I think people see it too.
Yeah, right.
Like, and like they'll hear it where it's just kind of, oh, like, yeah, it just sounds like something like that was just forced. So.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So with this track, what musical ingredients did each artist provide to make this such a successful collab? Meaning, like, what did everybody bring to the table for this?
I mean, Micah brought his
Oh yeah.
beautiful pipes. Yeah, that alone is good enough. Um, I mean, the drops, I mean, are very stylistically Nurko, because we love the airiness of
Hmm.
what he did with the track. Me and Joe, we like to play real instruments, so a lot of the pianos and a lot of the guitars are just us, and we kind of just wanted to accentuate what everyone was good at, type of thing.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
Nurko's
That
just great with the strings, ambiances, textures,
yeah.
second to none. And yeah, so we just try to combine everything we could.
Yeah, I love that because it's always cool to like learn how the inner workings of a track is made, you know, because you hear how beautiful it is. You're like, I wonder like what each artist provided. So thank you for that. That's I really wanted to know that. So that's cool.
Thank you.
Um
It's just like layers of a sandwich. We put little bits of pieces, just but too much of each doesn't make
right?
it
Like
nice.
a
So
wise man once said, onions have layers, right?
yes.
Shrek. All right. So were there any obstacles that you faced while producing this track
I
that you
think
could think of?
just time at the
Yeah.
end. Like, we produced it, but towards when we wanted to release it, Narco's been killing it on his own shows. He's been getting a lot of publicity, well-deserved publicity. So he was busy. We were busy with our Waiting for Love tour, making that. So a lot of just time issues were like the main thing, and we don't want to
Hmm.
just put out something that we're both not happy with.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I think, yeah, the perfect circle perfect storm, kind of just like our schedules opened up just for this,
Aw,
like just to wrap up the track and everything.
nice. Cool. All right. And then that's a few more questions about the collab. So,
Sure.
is there anything that you learned from this collaboration? Like maybe like Nurko taught you a nice trick or something like that. You know what I mean?
Um, oh, just how he builds his like textures and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really nice to see kind of the layers that we've both built together, and just like just how he kind of fills out the sound design of his tracks is really it's a masterpiece.
Yeah. Aw. All right. And we're going to move on to, so what artists do you dream of collaborating with in the future?
Oh man, so many. I would love to work with a lot more like pop artists,
Mhm.
just because I mean they bring a whole different world. I
Yeah.
think, or even like rock artists. Like like I said, I was a big rock fan. So like artists like Under Oath, would love to do something with Aaron Gillespie, or like I don't know, just genres outside of our genre,
Yeah,
because I think we can bring in something cool and
definitely.
introduce people, a whole group of people, to what the EDM world is.
What excites you the most about the future of dance music?
Hmm. I think the willingness to experiment. I really like when we started out, it was just like trance house. There was no future bass. There was no rhythm. There was dubstep, but I mean, it was like Skrillex that was pretty much,
Hmm.
and a lot of the older legends. But I think now the cross genres, the willingness of like DJs to really like from different genres, the house field, like mingling with the bass fields. And then I think a lot of collabs is like the great part about where EDM's going on right now,
Yeah,
just sharing
definitely.
diverse ideas.
Yeah. Yep. Great answer. Love that.
I try. I've been thinking about that one for a while.
Yeah,
No, it actually is like
I had
it's
that
great.
prepared. Oh, love it. All right. So we're going to end the interview with everybody's favorite thing, the speed round. All right. 10 rapid fire questions coming at you hot. Ready? Number
Okay,
one, favorite karaoke song.
take on me.
Okay. All right. Great. Yeah. Great answer. If you could have one superpower, which would you choose?
Um, time travel, I guess I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say teleporting, but I don't, does teleporting and
That
time travel like this? I mean, does
they're
that
kind of like
converge?
similar.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. A favorite instrument to play.
Guitar.
Cool. If you could save two pieces of gear from your studio, which would you choose?
My interface, and I guess it's considered one, but my speakers, my interface
All
and
right.
speakers.
Yep.
Those are the two.
Okay. All right. Vegas or Miami?
Vegas and
Yep.
Miami's beautiful, but that city never sleeps
Yeah.
more than Vegas never sleeps. So I would say,
Everyone needs like a quick cat nap. Like, come on.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Favorite memory on tour?
Our first bus tour with Adventure Club.
That they were my first rave. Oh,
Yeah. I mean,
throwback.
they're legends to be, so to be able to just be friends with them and hang out with them on the bus, yeah, that was
Yeah.
like by far.
And I'm sure any bus tour would bring about very many memories, like just being stuck in a
Mhm.
bus with someone.
It's an adult summer camp
Yeah, right. Oh, that's
for
funny.
boys or girls too.
Yeah. All right. Guilty pleasure TV show.
Bar Rescue. I think just something about grown adults yelling at each other
Yeah,
just gets
right.
me excited. Weird way.
Gets you going. Would you rather smell really bad or have really bad taste in music?
I'll smell really bad.
Yeah, I don't.
Music, yeah, I'm always listening to music. I can't listen
I
to bad
know.
music.
Yeah, right. I know. Favorite type of music to listen to outside of EDM, which I think we already know.
I would a lot more chill down
Oh,
tempo, acoustic, alternative, and some. I listen to trap too. So, but
yep.
more of like that very chill vibe, because we make a lot of heavy music. So
Yeah.
to balance it out, I like to listen to a lot more relaxing music.
Yeah, right. Some equilibrium there.
Mhm.
All right. And then last but not least, finish this sentence. Before I die, I want to
See the world.
deep. Great answer. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today again.
Of course, thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Hey Insiders, thanks for watching this video. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to our channel or feel free to check out our recommended videos. Thanks for watching.